Rattlers, good evening. How you doing? I see
Going
Ashton's
on.
already in here. It's a good Thursday night. Come on
It's a
in,
good Thursday night. I can't
bring
even
it in. We got a
concentrate
lot that
because
we want
we
to discuss.
listen. I can't even concentrate because of this softball game right
That's all
now.
this game is going to be raggedy.
Literally.
So I know a lot of you. What's up, Frank? I know a lot of us are probably highly, heavily tuned into the softball game. That is actively going on. See, I honestly thought that the game would have been over at the 9 o'clock hour, so that it would have been a smooth transition into this live. But looks like we're gonna be watching this. We having a little mini watch party for the last what? How long is it? What inning are we? I gotta
We
turn
were
them
in
off.
the sixth inning, I think.
Demetria, how you doing? Our girl
Demetria,
Demetria is
tell us
joining.
what inning we in. I
What
know
inning are
Demetria
we in,
know.
Demetria? Because we really thought we were gonna catch the end of the game and be able to come in, but we recognize the game is still going. So, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Um, we're gonna have a little mini watch party for this SWAC softball tournament. You see, we're at the bottom of the six. Okay,
Are we still up?
are
Please
we?
tell me we still up.
Where are we? Let me see if I can
What's the
check it
score?
out.
Please tell me we still up.
Bottom of the six. We were up what 6-5 at the time.
It was 6-5.
So I just pulled it up. We're still up 6-5.
Okay, thank God.
Okay, still
Bottom
up
of the
6-5.
sixth.
Okay, cool. And we're at bat. So
Okay, good.
that's a good thing. So of course we came in earlier
That
today. We
means
handled
somebody else.
business. Hey, Miss Gail, how's it going? We are back. Yes, ma'am. She said she's over there coaching. Listen, we over here yelling and screaming at this screen too. We had to stop. So now we gotta, pull
I'm
it together.
trying to keep myself calm. That's why I'm like this because I'm trying to stay
We're trying to be
calm.
cool because okay, y'all. Because I thought I just the softball game got us on
Don't
the edge.
scare me.
Yes. No, we just did a little
Okay.
foul. We okay. We okay.
Okay.
But we're at bat. So and we need to get some people. We need to get the bases loaded and do what we did at the bottom of the fifth. But we're headed to the sixth. I mean, we're at the bottom of the sixth. So that means you're headed to the seventh soon, and we just need to hold the lead.
We need
Well,
to. We need to. Well, what they struck us out.
oh, we got no. It's just an out. It's okay. We got one out. Um, right now, and we're at
Y'all
bat again.
nervous.
So the thing is that they can't score at the moment. We need some runs. You're right, Dimitri. We literally need some runs at the moment. We need to go up by about 3-4 runs. Make it difficult for them to come back in. Here go Frank. Y'all ain't gonna be able to pay attention. You're absolutely right. We're trying
I
our best to
can't.
be.
I'm trying. I can't do
We
it.
try to stay focused, but oh, she just did a bunt. Okay,
Did she get on the base?
yeah,
She got on base.
first, I believe. Yeah. Okay.
So we
So
got
we got to get real.
one
We
on
have to get
first,
real
one out.
strategic. We have to get strategic on
Who you put up to
how we
bat?
play this
Yes.
because we're
We got
close.
we got one out and one on base. That's it.
One out and one on first base.
One on
Yes.
first base.
So
Okay.
um we got to get strategic and take advantage of the errors like we did the last time. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Up one because it was
Cause
it
they
was
not catching them fly balls.
they
DeSonia
haven't been
Cookman
catching
is
those pop
struggling in the
flies oddly
outfield.
enough.
Yeah.
Those are
They
usually
struggling.
easy. They seem to be
They
the easy
struggling
ones.
in the out. They tied. They struggling in the outfield.
Yeah, yeah. When you're playing multiple games within
They
24
tired.
hours span,
They tired.
you tired.
They need to keep doing it.
Keep popping them out there because they're not catching
Keep
them.
popping them because they're not catching them.
So
Going
yeah,
right through their
game we're
hands.
playing Bethune, our arch rival, our only rival,
I was about to say the only rival.
the only rival. So y'all, we gotta get Thune. We can't let Thune get
We
us.
can't let
How it's
Thune
gonna be.
Thune.
Y'all know how it's gonna be if this
If
thing.
Bukaka, if
So
Bukaka beats us.
you know how it's gonna be. So we're trying to make sure that we handle Bethune so we can get to our next game. So like I said, the softball team handled business earlier today. Handled
Against
business earlier today to get into this
Texas
game. We
Southern.
handled business here too, and we'll move on to our next game. So
Yeah. So whoever wins, if we win this game, we'll play Alabama State in the morning, I think at 10:30.
I
And then
believe so.
whoever wins that game will play Jackson State at 2 o'clock.
Right.
So
And
they got a long road ahead if we win tonight.
yeah, it's a lot of games being played, but
Hmm.
that's what happens when you end up in the losers bracket. So
Yeah, you
you
gotta.
gotta
Yeah,
you gotta do your best to stay out of the losers bracket.
yeah.
It is. I agree with
Crazy.
you, Demetri. I know where you're headed.
What you say?
One other school is becoming our rival, and no, it's not a team. Wait,
What she say?
I thought she was referring to our other team school that Alabama State gives us a run for our money when it comes to these games and different
Anything
sports at
outside?
that.
Well, even football too. It's
Yeah,
always
they
going to
do.
be a good rivalry with Bama State, but it's a like a Bethune Cookman rivalry. It's like it's different. You know what I
It's
mean?
different. Yeah,
It's different than
fun,
some of them
feel
other.
good.
Yeah,
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 it's a feel good rivalry.
yeah.
Okay, we had 2 outs now. We just got 2 outs,
Okay,
so
don't tell me no more. I don't want to talk about it no
and no
more. Let's talk.
runs. So
I don't want to talk about it no more. Let's
we
talk
having a little
about
watch party.
something.
We gotta update the people. We gotta keep the conversation.
I
We
don't.
gotta.
Don't tell
We
me
okay.
no more.
We still up 6-5. We just need to get some runs. Yeah, Demetri, I figured that's where you were headed. Like safe. Is she safe? She's safe.
No, I'm tired. She say
Yeah. She
she
ran for
stole
first.
second. She
I
stole.
didn't get to look to see if it was actually stolen or not. Yeah, I'm assuming it might have been stolen.
They put a pension in.
Yep, it was stolen. Stolen
Okay.
base. She's
Oh,
safe. Because you definitely can't be out here
good.
stealing bases and getting out. Not right now. Stay in your safe zone if you can't.
Yeah. But she probably knows she got to try to get home
Baby,
before they
she
get
got
us
she
out.
gotta get home. She
Before
does.
they get us out, because we could at least go up to 7.
Right. And Zoriana Hughes, our pitcher has been doing a decent job holding down the pitching for us, which
Yeah,
has made it difficult typically
yeah,
in these games to get today's games to get runs in
yeah,
against us. So that's what we're doing. We see you all coming in. Let us. We're all watching. Just for those who are sliding in with us to Fang Exchange Thursdays, we're kind of keeping up to date and paying attention to this SWAC tournament game. We are playing Bethune, and we're kind of just giving some updates on what we think. So if you got something you want to say in the comments about the game that's actively going on, it's on YouTube, SWAC Digital Network. If you got anything you want to join in, add in, what have you seen? What did you see today? What are your thoughts and feelings about this tournament game? Come talk to us. We're happy to talk to you and chat it up. It's always fun to talk to the chat. So that's where we are. 2 outs. Scores, we're up 6-5, 6-5 still, and we got one runner on second base. So we got to get her home, y'all. And
okay.
we on edge a little bit because we've got to get it. We got to get it in.
Y'all, do you see me watch? I'm watching Ashley's face to determine. You
All right, I mean I'm gonna give you my poker face so you can't figure out
I'm literally sitting
what's
there
going
watching.
on.
I'm
In
watching
the
Ashley's
meantime,
face.
while we're actually talking about the game, looks like they're in a timeout. Today we got us a signed basketball player, a runner on with
Yeah,
2 strikes. Okay, we got us a signed athlete today. The first signee for Coach
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward. In his regime, in his era. So we're highly enthused and excited to see what he brings to the table with our basketball program. We're coming off of some improvement from last season, so that's what we want to continue to see is improvement, and elevation because we have all the things we need and tools we need to be a force in this conference with basketball as well. So yeah, that's him. So if you see him on your social media pages, Twitter, Instagram, make sure you shout him out, welcome him to the family, give him the warm welcome that he deserves and that we give out to our recruits and the new individuals who join our family. So shout out to Coach Charlie Ward on getting his first signing. In other news, what else we gonna talk about while we waiting? It's still we still at 2 outs. Play on second base. We're up 6-5 still. Um
Oh my God, Ashley.
Okay, 3 outs.
Ah,
I think that was a third strike. So we did not. That
no
inning
runs
is
on
over,
that.
right? So we did not get any runs in that inning. So what we really need to do is
We got to
hold.
strike them out.
We got Zoriana. I'm
We
thinking
got to strike them out.
Zoriana will probably come back in. I'm assuming she's gonna be the pitcher coming in. This is a critical inning because it's a six. Is it a six or the seventh? What
It's
inning
the
are we in?
seventh inning. We're in the
This is the
seventh
seventh
inning.
inning. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Seventh inning. We're still up. We need our pitcher to come in and do what she does, and what she has done all day, and hold it down for us until we, you know, top of the seventh. Absolutely. So we're at the top of the seventh right now. We're on a commercial break from the softball game. So in the meantime, we'll discuss um, a football commit by the name of Larry Jones the third, and he has committed to Florida A&M. He's in defensive end for us, somebody that'll be able to come off that edge. You know, one thing that we've been extremely in need of. So
The edge
congratulations and shout out
rusher.
to Larry Jones for committing to the family. We can't wait to have that signature on the dotted line and for you to join on in the fall, well, really fall camp, and then get out there and make some things happen on that field during the fall season.
That's the
Sam is
position
pitching and
I've been
not Zoe.
looking for. That's the position I've been waiting on.
Yeah, we've been waiting to see,
Is
see that one come
a
in,
edge rusher,
and we put
100%.
out
That's
quite a
what I've
bit of
been waiting
offers as
on.
well for some D
And we
linemen.
have another one. We have another
We
edge
got,
rusher
I
too,
think,
but
I think we have,
it
I
was
think we
another one
have
that committed.
two.
The
Yeah,
guy
one,
from
and he might be already there because it was a December. We had a DN from December.
yeah,
Um,
but I have been looking for that dog on
Demetrius
or
said
coming off the edge.
today has definitely been a long day. Demetrius said we need Brother Jones to wreak some havoc. We definitely need Brother Larry Jones the third, to come up in here and come off that edge like never before.
He gonna do it too. Get after them quarterbacks.
Get after them players. So that's exciting. Lawrence says pitching is going to be crucial. Both teams are playing small ball, which can be
Yeah,
exciting. Okay, so this is seventh. We're at the top. They're back playing. Um, no outs right now. We just
I
started at the
can't
top,
do it.
so it's
I
early.
can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Ashley.
So again, shout out to Larry Jones, the third
Yeah, let's.
defensive end. We can't wait to have you in with us practicing and getting acclimated to the family. And you're gonna love it here. Just know that. You're gonna absolutely love it here. So I want to make sure we giving a shout out. In the meantime, I want to give a shout out to we have a graphic design intern that I actually have an image for, but it's not up at the moment. So I'm going to put it up our next show and give him a shout out. But shout out to our graphic design intern who is actually an active student at Florida A&M in the graphic design department. So he does a lot of work for us. He's excited to do it. We're excited to have him. His name is Terrell, and Terrell has been a great help because, well, as we know, like
Absolutely.
this right here is this social media presence is heavily into the graphic, and you got to have some good graphics. You can't have
And
step
I
with the
have no
graphic.
raggedy graphics.
Can't have any raggedy graphics.
And it takes the
Um,
pressure off of, because
yeah.
Ashley, in case y'all didn't know, Ashley was also our graphic designer.
I was really I was wearing I was wearing that hat along with a couple of other ones. So I was like, you know what?
Listen,
And even if I have to step in, and do a few graphics here and there, it's still the pressure is not on to have everything always
yeah.
done. So he had
He came in, girl, stop doing that. He came in immediately and
um
he
got to
stepped
work.
in
Yeah.
and yeah, and he put some things into place that we didn't even think about or whatever, to enhance the
Dang, that was
brand
supposed to be
and
out. Okay,
see, Ashley.
my bad. So we have a runner on first base. Bethune, that is. Um, we got a runner on first base.
Who
I wasn't
pitching?
looking at the
Zoriana?
moment. So somebody,
Is
no,
Zoriana pitching?
Zoriana, Sam is pitching, not Zoriana.
Why?
It was a good. You're right, Lawrence. That was a good throw. The way she was laying on her stomach and we just said she thought you wanted updates. Now you over there stressing out.
Why is Zoriana not pitching?
Zoriana has honestly been pitching all like the first game. I think she needs a little break. She probably, I'm assuming she might come in at some point, but I think Zoriana might have needed a break, even though she held it down earlier today. Zoriana walked 3 or 4 batters. Okay.
Get her to walk this one.
Oh, we need to strike some folk out. She walked too many people. Okay. So yeah, we have Sam in right now, and I was trying to catch the replay. I couldn't tell if that was, I'm assuming that was not it was close to being a out, but she, it tipped her glove, but she still threw it across, in a great throw across. No, it's not 9 innings, right? It's 7, correct?
It's 7.
7 innings. So
It's
we're in the
seven
last
innings
inning.
unless we tie it up, then we got to go into OT at 8th inning.
Okay.
Look at me, I'm watching Ashley.
So this is
What is it? Is it 1-2? Is it 1-1? How many balls? How many strikes?
um that's a good question, and I see the number,
It
but
says it's
Demetria,
okay.
which one?
So
Demetria Lawrence,
it
Miss
says
Gail.
it's one out, right? One out.
No,
You
she
see one
was
out?
safe. No, she's no outs. It's definitely no outs.
No out. So it's no outs.
Mm-mm.
It's okay. The other number, do
You
you see
got
one
one.
that
You got
says
somebody. You got a batter on first. A runner
right?
on first. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying is how many strikes? So you see that says 1-2 or 2-2, like
Zero to
something with a
one.
dash?
Demetria, 0 to 1.
0-1.
Yeah.
Okay. No balls, one strike. Okay.
Yeah. So that's where we are right now as we continue to move along with the show and kind of keep ourselves updated on where we are with this game. This is like being in the last quarter and you got 5 minutes left and you got to make something happen in another sport. So is the nail when biting nails. What's the beautiful thing is that we're still up and it takes just one run to win. One more run than the next team. So we're up one run right now. If we can hold them off from scoring and tying it or going up,
What did she strike her out or is it a ball? Oh and
she
1. Is it 0-2 or 1-1?
it's still 0-1.
Okay.
They just did the next pitch. They're kind of moving a little. It's not moving real fast. They're doing a little breaks and things like that. They're doing a replay too. Would that be a strike?
It'll
Oh, she
tell
did it.
you if it was a 1-1
They
or
did a
0-2.
replay on it. The umpire coming out there, I believe. I'm
They
not sure.
challenged it. It was a challenge.
I can't tell. I wish I could have the volume on. Okay, so they did challenge. They're challenging that play. So we'll see
What
what
was
that.
the original call? Was it a strike or
I
a
got the
ball?
volume down so I can't hear what.
Uh,
I purposely got the volume down because I didn't want to interfere with our live. So chat, what was the original call that the play that they're reviewing and determining the challenge for? While we're waiting on them to come back with the challenge, we had a lot of things going on today. In social media world, we got some commits, we got some a
decommit.
decommit, we've got a signed athlete. The college landscape, college sports landscape is just ever changing. Obviously, like all things can happen all in one day. If we're being honest, and a lot of factors play into that. So one thing that we've had a internal conversation was about like why these athletes decide to commit, decommit, get in the portal, and come to FAMU or get in the portal to leave FAMU, whichever one, either way it happens. And there are a lot of reasons why that happens. Everybody's situation is different, but we had an interesting conversation, and we have to one thing that across the board, no matter what school you cheer for, no matter what conference you're in, we have to be able to reason with NIL and transfer portal. We have to be able to accept and understand and know what NIL does for an athletic program, what the mindset is of these current athletes, because they are a different generation than us, many of us, and they don't always view an opportunity to play their sport in the same way that we might have viewed it back 20, 10, 30 years ago. So we have
Yeah.
to evolve. That's all that means is evolution.
So when you
Come on, is that
asking
hard?
questions like
We
when you
gotta.
asking questions like,
Mhm.
why would he go to a team that won one game last year? Why would he go to a team that has not drafted anybody since 1999. It's not about that for these kids anymore. We have
These
to
athletes are not
understand,
concerned about
we
that.
have to understand that every player in every program at every level has an expectation, and it is financial. And it does not matter what you think they offer or what you think your school offers or the experience that your school gave you. We all love FAMU. We all have a great story about our experience. We all have a love and a fidelity for our university. These students are different. They are transient. Some of them have been to 3 and 4 schools by the time they're juniors or seniors. It's not the
It's not
same
a
type
concern
of
of theirs.
love and fidelity. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah,
not. And
it's
we
not.
have to accept that, right? And we have to understand, and this may seem a little harsh, but I'm going to say it. We have to understand that we have to evolve with this landscape, this changing landscape of NIL, or we have to begin to embrace the fact that we will be a run of the mill, middle of the pack team as it pertains to sports, especially the revenue generating sports, basketball and football.
Hold
If
on,
we are
pause.
not,
Are eh, are we walking players? I think I just saw two walks, but I want to make sure that that's what I saw because I'm kind of have Demetria, Lawrence, whomever else is in the chat that's actually watching the softball
walking
game. Did we just
multiple
walk two
players,
players? It looks like we just walked. Oh, we walked one player. Okay, we just walked, and now they have two on bat right now. Bethune does first and second base.
I don't
So
want to hear about them no more.
and they just did a
Anyway,
bunch.
hold on. Anyway,
So let's get canceled. Podcast asked, who's
they
advising
they're
these athletes?
they're getting advised by
They're
some
getting
of
advised
everybody,
by
their parents,
a very variety of people.
their some of them have agents, some of them they're just talking to their friends, some of them they're high school coaches, their parents, and
They have trainers, like
they're telling
previous
them
trainers that are advising them and giving them
they're
um
telling them to get the money, because I think that what we have to understand is, while we think that all of them are chasing the dream of NFL, some of them have
some
realistic
of them
conversations
recognize
with
that this is their
themselves.
last
Yeah,
stop.
that
Yeah.
this is going to be their last stop, and so I need to get all that I can get while I'm in college. And so that's what they're trying to do. We have to be realistic about that. And like I said, if we do not embrace it, we have to go ahead and just become familiar with the middle, with being like the kids. You know, I'm a teacher. Like the kids call it mid. We need to embrace being mid, okay? Because it's not going to happen any other way. It's just not. So we have to understand that if we don't embrace NIL, right? We know what our facilities look like. We know, you know what I'm saying? We have to compete in other ways. So definitely 100%, we have to embrace the fact that this is the landscape. This is college football now. And if we don't,
We have to accept the
the
reality of it.
reality, yeah.
That was a great play too. I watched the replay, Lawrence. Um they got the runner out at that was running to third. I believe that's what I saw. So that was a good play. That was a good play. I put Dolph up here on the screen because this is our new equipment manager that we have in the chat with us. So shout out to Dolph. He's very involved, has experience from his previous stops, comes back to FAMU. He's already been at FAMU. So shout out to him. Equipment manager. He's working
No,
in
I got an idea. I got an idea now. FAMU football about to turn 120. We need a throwback jersey for 2027.
and Dolph already said he loved the vintage. He loved the throwbacks. So
Yeah, and then 2028 is the 50th year of the Florida Classic. We need a vintage Florida Classic jersey, the very first one. It was white. We need us a vintage jersey, dog. I know you could do it.
I know he
And
can.
and they have the
He
striped
said he need to
pants.
talk to you offline. This is his message to you.
Okay. Okay. We already got the vintage pants with the stripe down the side. That's what they were wearing. The one with the orange and green stripe, the white pants with the orange and green stripe. We just need the jersey.
Shout out to Let's Get Canceled podcast. Let's do what Let's Get Canceled said. Everyone, make sure you hit the like
Everybody
button.
stop and like it.
Let's
Yeah,
pause
like
and
like
hit the
it.
like button. We have a good amount of viewers between over our different platforms that are stream live. I'm sorry, watching live. Get my words jumping up there.
She can't even talk because she watching the
I'm too
softball
busy.
game,
That's the
y'all.
problem. I got too many things going on.
I'm talking and trying to be very influential, and she talking about. Wait a minute, did we just walk to people? See,
You did. I did. But
she's
these people,
stressing me out, y'all.
the
I can't.
cardiac
I'm
rattlers.
trying
What
to
they like to call them? The cardiac rattlers.
cardiac rattlers.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, cardiac. Well, we're not gonna
Cardiac
claim that.
state.
We're gonna stop giving ourselves cardiac arrest about this.
I'm just watching.
Yeah,
Look, I'm just watching Ashley face every time.
we gonna we good. We got one
Okay,
out.
what's
We got
how
two on.
many?
We got
One
one.
out. How many? How many? What is?
Three,
How
three,
many
one.
balls?
3-1.
Oh, what is she out? She about to be out.
Get her out.
Oh
Like,
no,
okay. 2 outs. Why didn't I? Oh, did she get out? Okay, she's safe. She tried to pull a fast one on us. She tried to run and steal that bait. She
how
tried to
many
get that
out?
extra point.
How many out?
2 outs.
So, and you said extra point. They scored,
No. That's what I meant. They tried.
girl.
So it's 2 outs now. We got first baseman out. The first base out. The third baseman tried to steal home. So there's somebody on third base, on second and third base. So
They
we got
need
to
to
make a play.
watch her.
They got to watch her. We got to make a play too.
Get her out. Strike the next person out so she. Come on,
We can
strike the
strike
next
them
person
out.
out.
If we strike
Yeah, let's
somebody
get
out,
them
then it's
out.
done. And the game will technically be there is a
Is it
runner on
bottom of
third,
the
right?
seventh? It's top of the seventh or the
It's
bottom of the
still top
seventh?
of the 7. We need to get this thing to the bottom while we still up. Let's
Listen,
end it.
get us out of here.
I
Get
think
us
we just
out of
called
here.
a
Timeout.
it could have been a double play, yeah. Because the third baseman tried to steal and we
Try to
almost
steal home.
got her out. That would have been 2 outs and that would have been perfect. But look, coach called the timeout. Looks like they're huddling up at the mound. So we gotta. I don't know. I can't tell you what the play getting called, but we gotta get some strategy here to not allow the third baseman home because then it'll tie the game, and we don't want to tie. We want to just end this thing in the 7th inning.
Yeah, so they can go home and lay down and rest. Cause that's what happened last night. They was
Mm-hmm.
playing up until 1 o'clock in the morning. They was tired.
Yeah, it's late. That's late, and time zones make a difference, as we know.
It does, cause for them it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
If they do not score here, then we do not go to the bottom of the 7th. So Lawrence just made a point. If they don't score, then we
We
won't even
win,
have to go to the bottom
cause
of
they
the
don't
7th.
get another chance at
And she need to strike her out. We had 2 outs. It's right there.
Oh my god.
Dang it,
Oh
dang
my
it.
god.
Oh,
What happened? She struck out? What happened?
wait. It's good. Ball game. We won.
Yes.
Woo. Game over.
That was too much. Cardiac cat.
Stressing
Cardiac
us out like this. All right.
cardiac
Shout out.
snake. Okay, now she can focus, y'all. Now I
All
can
right,
focus.
y'all. I'm all right now.
Now we can all
I'm back.
focus.
I'm back.
Okay. We back now.
Get them
We
Wildcats
won
out
the
of here. That's
game.
right. I know that's
Lord
right. Get them
Jesus.
Wildcats out of here.
Okay, we good.
All right, we good. Shout out to the lady Rattler softball. We're moving on to the next. Handle business again. Had us on the edge of our seats a little bit.
Bama
We
State.
said,
Bama
10:30
State.
in the
We
morning.
coming back for you.
We coming back. We gotta see y'all. This is Bama State,
It's
right?
a rematch. Yes,
We coming
Bama
back.
State.
We coming to talk to y'all. We gotta have a conversation about the way y'all did us.
Yeah.
Got us in this losers bracket.
Yeah. And the coach left us. We got something to say about it.
Dolph said he's waiting on the thing from this morning. So we talked about some other equipment. All right. Because we got some other things. There's some conversations happening in the back channels that would benefit our athletic department, our football program, and all the other programs. So there are conversations that we through Fang Exchange and our alumni groups are having. So that's why you got to stay dialed in. Because
dialed in.
you got to stay dialed in because the more you're here and talking to us on a Thursday night, and the more when you become a member, because we know you're gonna become a member. When you become a member, you get these member meetings, and you get some inside information on how we're handling things and what's going on as far as athletes and any of the initiatives we do. When you stay dialed in, the news comes all off the press. So that makes us to our next point. We were previously talking about commitments, decommitments, and the mindset of these athletes across the board, no matter the sport. And also just the way we see the headlines of the way NIL is changing things. We got the president up here trying to make legislation to come into this space. So it's an important space, and believe it or not, it's at our doorstep. Matter of fact, it's in our house. It's not just at the doorstep; it's in our house. So we got to get with it. With that being said, I see we're still kind of reeling from our softball win, tournament win. These ladies are showing resilience as they've had to play. I don't know how many games at this point in the last 24 hours.
24 hours, 4 games.
And and they'll have to play again in what?
In less than
In a little bit
12
more than
hours.
10 hours, 10:30, that's 12
Yeah.
hours. So,
Yeah,
and it's
12
9:41 right now. So they have to get, rested, have a good night's sleep, a good meal, good breakfast, I'm sure, and have them ready to come and rematch with Alabama State, and who happens to be our previous softball coach, by the way, if we don't remember. So we need to go on, we need to send Alabama State home, and tomorrow morning, I think that's the time. We let you slide the first time. We need to go on handle business this time. Bethune players are crying. It's always tough to lose, especially when you're getting knocked out of tournament, and it's either win or go home at this point.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
always
tough.
tough. It's always a tough
But I'm sorry
situation.
for you. Better y'all than us.
Somebody got to cry. I don't want it to be a rattler.
Don't want it to be us.
It don't need to be a
Better
rattler.
y'all than us.
Hate to say it. Y'all still our cousins though.
Yeah, we still love
We
y'all.
still cool. We still cool though.
We still love
Um,
we love y'all, but better y'all than us.
you hear? That's all I'm trying to say. So, let's talk about this. We got another quarterback into the fold through commitment. So we're waiting Mr. RJ Johnson to come on and get that name on the dotted line and get acclimated, just like Mr. Larry Jones the third. Come on in and add it to the fold. Welcome in with open arms. If you see him on your social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, for those of you who are on X actively, make sure that we're welcoming or congratulating as well RJ Johnson and Larry Jones and any other commits that we see, whether it's basketball, whether it's softball, whether it's women's, men's. We get the summertime, this springtime, roll into the summer, you get a lot of commits from all different sports. So just keep that in mind as we see more commits come in. One thing I can tell you for 100% sure is that Coach Cozy and his coaching staff, they are actively making sure that we fill the holes that we might have had last season. And that's what you want to see. You want to see that they recognize where the deficiencies were. And then we think about it, we have graduates, we have a few transfer portal people, but we also have graduates who walked out the door that we need to make sure that we replenish. So that's what they're doing. So get your season tickets when it's time to get your season tickets for football, season tickets for basketball. If I understand correctly, basketball season tickets are already available for the upcoming season. Make sure we support softball, even if it's nothing more than watching the game and cheering them on from your house. Baseball tournament is coming around in, I believe, the third week in May. The baseball tournament will come around, and I believe what's our ranking in baseball? Do we know? Are we second behind Bethune? Is that
On
I
the
believe
east side, you mean? Yeah.
on the east side, yeah. I believe
I
we're
think
second
so.
behind where we were last. I recall we were second behind Bethune in the East. Marvin said he's ready to travel. Hey, I'm with you, Marvin. We got to travel. You got your season tickets, and that's the thing. Like, make sure if we're close. A lot of us are in different parts of the country, in the state, and in the South or whatever area we're in. When the team gets close enough to you, let's go support them. And it doesn't matter what sport it is. We always want to make sure that our Rattler athletes can look in the stands and look out and see some orange and some green somewhere around there. I know that's right, little baby. Little baby said he had to see that dub occur live and in color. Were you at the SWAC game tonight? Let us know if you were there. And yes, Dimitri confirmed that we are second from a baseball. There's no division in men's. Okay. So we're second. in baseball, which means that we should have a good seeding going into to the baseball tournament. We got to get softball to handle business for the next few days, and then we'll be ready to cheer on our baseball team in the SWAC tournament. And Coach Shoop is an amazing coach. He does a great job
He
recruiting.
is.
He does a great job
Has been
formulating
for
a team,
years.
a game plan. We are extremely blessed to have him as a coach. We're extremely blessed to have Coach Beal as well, who came here and is making waves in her first season
Yeah.
um,
Sweat
as
camp.
a head softball
And
coach.
now we headed to tournament champ.
Basically, that's it. Because I mean, what else we gonna do?
Because they tried my girl
What is
anyway.
wrong?
Sweat coach of the
They
year. They
did. They
tried her.
did. They did. Because men lie and women lie, but the numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
But it's okay because sometimes you
It's all
gotta
good.
sometimes
Sometimes you
you
gotta
gotta
be the
make them
sometimes you gotta be the
understand.
conference the sweat champ and then the tournament champ to make them understand. So you gotta
Yeah,
do stuff like that.
she's setting herself up to be a force to be reckoned with.
I
Um,
hope we could. I hope we could keep it.
I hope so too because we got to put up the Brinks truck or something
Uh-uh.
because she
Uh-uh.
came here letting it be known
She let the
often and
chopper
early
sing.
like
She
I'm
came
here.
in early and let the
So
chopper
we got to
sing.
make sure that we don't get our pocket picked. And if I understand correctly, she's an Auburn grad. So
Yeah,
that's right, Marvin. She's still your coach of the year. She's still our coach of the year. We know the real.
absolutely.
Sometimes people don't respect um what you've done and what you're doing. Um, but it's okay because we'll win the games and show them better than we can tell them. Go ahead and absolutely contract extension. Let's go ahead and do
Do
it
that ASAP.
ASAP. Um,
ASAP. ASAP. AD. So
yes, and she's also doing a great job recruiting as well. So
yeah, yeah.
so let's make sure we
Extend my
keep her close.
Extend my
So
girl.
with that in mind, we Fang Exchange is an NIL organization. We know that, and we always want to make sure that we take an opportunity to promote NIL, promote Fang Exchange, because more than anything, we are here to support the students. No matter
Yeah.
what, we come here every Thursday night or most Thursday nights when depending on if we're on a break or not. We come here to engage with you all, and um, we also come here to kind of speak of the most recent happenings. We are a sports based channel, but FAMU is our love, whether it's sports or not, from an academic perspective, from administrative perspective, leadership, and athletics. So we have to make sure that we are staying abreast and keeping up with all things FAMU, which is why we don't mind coming here on Thursday nights to kind of chat it up with you all. Elijah made a good point, Tashay. Family deserves better. We're currently in the midst of a presidential candidate search. Um, and you know, let's be honest. Elijah makes an amazing and honest point. We need to make sure that we get leadership in that is reflective of what FAMU, the number one public HBCU, deserves. And we've seen the candidates. We see the chitter and the chatter and the loud conversations, the petitions, the tweets, the Facebook posts, the all the things. And we know that we deserve more than an individual like Marva Johnson, who does not pose to be higher qualified than the other candidates that are on the list.
Has
So
never even worked
never
in
even
higher
had the
education. We
and,
have to
and,
make
and
sure that we
right,
pick. We have a president that not only aligns with where we see FAMU going, but that will align with that which would continue to further the goal of HBCUs,
right,
because we know that there are other agendas, and I'm picking my because this is not a political show because I can get on that soapbox too, but this is not
right,
that kind of show.
right,
But we know that there are other political agendas out there that tremendously impact and affect our schools, and we have to be very conscious and intentional about who we decide to let in our space,
now
especially
space.
when it
Yeah,
comes to administration. So
right. And
yeah,
and that's the thing. And
we
one
got to be
thing
serious
that we
about
do
it.
know about Rattler Nation is that when we are not pleased with the decision that is made that would represent our university, we don't mind speaking up.
We'll
That's one
burn the
thing
house
we can say.
down.
We
And with
will
the
shut the
what
whole
what you
situation
grandma
down
say?
before we
We
let you
throw
get away
the
with
water. You throw the bath out with the baby. What they say?
throwing it all out. Just get rid of
You
it.
throw
We
just
will.
get the whole
So
thing.
I'm proud to see. our powers that be, our leadership from an alum
And
perspective,
our very powerful alums. I saw Will
powerful
Packer
alums
speaking out.
who do
Yeah,
not mind tearing this thing
yeah,
down to make sure that they don't,
yeah.
make a decision that is not beneficial to Florida A&M University, because we've been here for how long now? 1887, and we have no desire to be anywhere other than where we are, right on over there off Warnish Way.
Or
Outfield,
blending in with somebody else.
or blending in and mixing and matching, and we almost don't look like we have our own, there's no separation. Which,
Yeah,
if we being honest, that's when the politics come into play, and they
yeah,
try to make this thing political, when in
yeah.
reality, this is an educational institution that has benefited almost all of us. Not almost,
Not
probably
it.
all
It
of us.
has. Yeah.
And,
And
and let's think about the current students.
yeah,
Think,
and what blows me is that the only reason we're here is because y'all said we couldn't come to y'all stuff anyway
correct. So why
before.
are you worried about
That's
us?
why we here. So now y'all didn't want us in y'all stuff. Now y'all want us in our, like, make up your mind. We only here because y'all didn't want us.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're sufficient and standing on our own. Now you want us again. Mm-mm.
And the unfortunate part is that we are standing on our own, even at a disadvantage. Still, we're still
Yeah.
disadvantaged financially. We're still disadvantaged in resources. We're still disadvantaged in
Give us
those,
our money.
state
Run us
dollars.
our coins.
So
Run us our coins.
we are living and thriving and pushing out high level
Yeah.
graduates and professionals
Yeah.
out into the world, and even hiring professors and managing with at a disadvantage. So that's the problem. And then you try to bring someone in who you're trying to hijack a hiring process to bring someone in who will continue to put us at an even further disadvantage, and we're not going to stand for that. And it's just what it is. So one thing about, again, Rattler Nation, we don't play about the things that we don't like. You saw what happened. We don't want to rehash too much, but last year, this time, was it this time?
It was a little earlier
No,
than
it was
that,
a little
probably
earlier than
about
that.
2, 3
Earlier in the
months
year, probably
ago.
about 2, 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
But last year, we put the boots to the ground, like they like to say. We put our boots to the ground and made it clear and known what we wanted and how we wanted it to go. And this should be even bigger, if we're being honest, of an instance
It
where we
has
put
to
the boot
be.
is more important for this
Yeah.
situation is bigger and stronger of an implication that it has on our university. Keelan said we're gonna keep that same energy. I'm with you. Let's keep that same energy. Matter of fact, let's up it a little bit. Let's up it and make that energy a little bit, make it 2 degrees hotter up in here. Because we have to make sure that we don't allow our governor, our president.
And it starts with us voicing
It starts with
our making our voices being heard with the BOT, because
yep,
that
the
is who is
board of
advocating
trustees
for,
are the ones who
who advocate for us, who are
initiate.
the voice for us. So you
Right.
have to be the BOT. That's who we need to be on. They, you know what?
Because if we're being honest, they should be there advocating for the university.
Yeah,
We should not be going against each other. We should be doing things in the best interest of the students that are
of the
actually there, the
university.
alums.
Yes,
You got to think about a business and stakeholders. Like, all of us are a stakeholder in some point. So that's who our audience is. You
and
can't go
FAMU
against what the audience
into
does.
perpetuity.
Hmm.
That's what has that needs to be the mission and the goal.
And one of the biggest things that we need to do, if we're being honest, is we need to make sure we get down to that to and vote. We need to be voting when it's time for midterm elections, local elections, presidential elections, the governor, every type of election there is. We have to understand the type of, especially in Florida, where we know this has been known to be
Yeah,
a,
a
a,
issue.
an
Yeah,
issue for us. So we've got to figure
yeah,
out how to engage our communities, because we might be preaching to the choir here tonight, but all of us know someone who doesn't take voting as serious as we do.
yeah,
All of us know some people who may stay home and not vote, or who just might have voted for the opposition that's not in the best interest of that person. And it happened a lot this last election cycle. So we're coming up on a new governor soon. And I'm located in Florida still. Some of you aren't located in Florida, but even if it's just for your state, but for those of you who are in Florida, where Florida A&M University is, it is highly important for us to engage our communities. Pick some people up and put them in the car and drive them down the street. Make sure they're registered to vote. All the things that we can do. It's going to take the village approach to get these votes in, that we can get a governor that'll benefit us and side with us and not put us at a disadvantage.
facts. Whew.
Keelan wants to know. I don't know if it's Keelan or Kylan. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Kylan, um, is there a particular list of pro Marvel trustees that we need to be concerned about? Um, I'm sure there's only one way that Miss Marvel got on this list. Let's
The
just be.
answer is not no. I'll tell you
There's
that.
only one way that Miss Marvel got on this list. So with
Where did
that in
she come
mind,
from?
I can't call any specific names because I personally don't quite know to be specific, but I can tell you that we didn't put her on the list.
Go watch the town hall and see who advocates for who is advocating who is advocating for that. Go watch the. There was a town hall last night. The BOT addressed it. When was it? About a week ago.
Yep.
It's clear.
Yep.
Just go watch.
And Lawrence made a point here saying that the elected officials choose our trustees, not alumni, and that's facts because we don't pick who the trustees are, which
Hmm.
means that we have to allow the elected officials to do that, which goes back to the point of we need to make sure we are voting and getting grassroots, like Demetra said, grassroots organizations and forming these grassroots efforts to make sure that we are getting to the polls during all election cycles, all of them, because there are consequences to voting incorrectly. It really does matter, and I've oftentimes heard people think that their vote doesn't matter. It's just one little vote, it's millions of votes. My one little vote, your one vote plus the next person's one vote that sat home, plus the next person one vote that voted third party, or the next person's one vote that voted against their interest. Because a whole lot of folks are finding out now that voting against your interests is a direct effect to your household. So think about all those people. Voting absolutely matters, and we are dealing with the consequences of not getting out to those polls and making sure that we're putting elected officials in that'll benefit us in our best interests. So, Miss Marvel, we're watching you. BOT,
We watching you with my good eye. Okay. With all the neck rolling and lip popping that I can muster. I'm watching you.
we're watching.
Okay.
Just know, and they know because the crew we're loud about our
Yeah.
concerns and feelings about this. So
Yeah.
they know we're watching, and this won't happen silently.
No. We ain't
This
going
won't
out
be a
without a
hijack
fight.
situation.
Yeah.
We're gonna
At
fight.
all.
We're used to it.
Yeah. I do. So I I do want us before we
We're getting ready
got
to
to
cut.
discuss the membership.
Okay, let's talk
So
some
we can
membership
talk
real quick.
about, yeah. So we can discuss. Uh, Actually, when are we? So did we finalize the date for the membership meeting, or are we still tentatively looking at
So we're
a
looking
date?
at to tentatively have a membership meeting on next Thursday, just before live.
Yeah.
So that would be about 7:38 live. We go live at 9 p.m. on Thursdays. So we're looking to have a membership meeting then. If you are a member, you will receive an email that allows you to join in to this private meeting. This is not a public platform type meeting. This is for members and members only. If you would like to be involved in this meeting, because this is where we get an opportunity to candidly discuss the efforts, the business effort,
Everything.
the energy, and all the things. Have honest
Yeah.
conversations, understand better. Our last
Yeah.
member meeting was very insightful. It was very, very engaging, and we
You
want to
get to view
add.
documents. You get
Yeah.
to see all of the things.
Mhm.
We're very
So,
transparent, very open about what happens, and so
mhm.
that's
We
what
won't do
goes
that
on in the
publicly,
member
but we
meeting.
will privately be transparent with you,
Yeah.
and those of you who are members, because you ought to be able to see where your efforts are going, and how
Absolutely.
they're being dispersed. So, with that in mind, we are tentatively planning to have this meeting next Thursday, just before we come on live. So, if you're not a member yet, it's not too late. You can do it right now while we're talking. You can do it tomorrow. You can do it before next Thursday, and you'll be invited just as well as anyone else who is already a member. So one of our goals is to not one, but a few of our goals is to continue to educate about NIL and rev sharing. That is technically rev sharing is a university thing. Once it's even allowed, because right now it hasn't been
It hasn't passed yet. Yeah.
hasn't passed yet, but that's still something that kind of goes kind of similar hand in hand, so to speak. So we want to make sure that we're intentional about helping you all understand NIL
Well,
and
let
what it
me correct.
means.
Wait, let me say this. It
Okay,
hasn't passed when they'll. What hasn't passed is when it'll actually go into effect. They are
correct.
going to do it, but what has not passed, the rev sharing, what hasn't passed is when it will actually go into effect. But they are looking at it going into effect, a lot sooner than we anticipated, like within the next year or so.
Yeah. So
Um,
once they vote on that part and pass and
yeah,
there are some things
but
that they have
when,
some kinks they have to work out.
yeah,
That'll be and we are we are opt-in institution. So
yeah,
keep that in mind, which means that our athletic department will have an opportunity to create um
rev sharing
rev
opportunities
share
for
and
the
opportunities
athletes.
for our
Yeah,
athletes. And our athletic director has actually made that clear that that's something that we
that
will
she
do.
is
Our conference, the
opting
SWAC,
in.
is an opt-in conference. So those are the things that we want to make sure that we're continuing to bring light to, awareness to. It's one of those things where we don't want to look at it on a side eye at. We want to just understand and learn. It's new and there's nothing wrong with change. I'm a proponent for change. Change can be very good. It gives an opportunity to pivot, do some things new and better and improved. So that's one thing we always do, is try to make sure that we continue to bring all the knowledge that we have and research and from the entities and bring it to the forefront to you all. We also
Yeah,
want to make sure we educate no memberships, because that's the way to get the knowledge, the best about the knowledge. But it's getting late. The time is spent, and it's time to say goodnight to the
right.
Rattler Nation. And guess
We
what? We're going to
won.
bed with a win. Like this is a
Yes,
joyous, momentous
a big dub.
occasion. We got it, the
We
dub.
won. We beat Cookman.
So as we get ready to close out, any parting words? I mean, we've kind of probably talked about everything. We've had a little watch party. We've talked about commits from football. We've talked about softball and what we've actively seeing on softball. We've talked about basketball. Signing any parting words for Rattler Nation as we get ready to log off and
Alabama State. We on yo.
Mr. Postman. Tomorrow morning, 10:30, Alabama State, SWAC Sports or SWAC Digital Network
Slack
on
Digital
YouTube.
Network.
Listen,
On
it's a
YouTube.
whole lot of us on here. Why before you get off and before we shut this live down, let's have a moment of pause to go
Like
out
the
and
stream,
like the stream.
please. Like the
Subscribe to
stream.
the page, because then you'll just get notifications. You don't even have to keep up at that point. You'll
Yeah,
get a notification when we make we create a show.
yeah,
I think that might be 11:30 our time, which is Eastern.
yes. It's Central
11:30
Time,
Eastern
so it'll be
time.
11:30
So
our
let's
time.
make sure that we're getting our time zones right. We need to support our Lady Rattlers. We might not be in the place, but our
But we
spirit
can
is.
be in the chat.
We could be
Yeah.
in the chat, and or we can be with each other. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Dolph. We appreciate your support, and we'll continue to keep you all up to date and abreast. See you all next Thursday. If you're a member, be on the lookout for an email giving you a code to get into your member meeting. If you want to become a member, if you have questions, email us. You see our website at the bottom, fangexchange.com. You see right there, Fang Exchange on all platforms, social media platforms. Info at fangexchange.com is where you can email us any of your questions. I mean, I've got all kinds of questions, y'all, about coming through info and Fang Exchange. So clearly no questions is off limits. And I can't say that I can answer every detailed question, but you're welcome to ask questions, and we will give the best response that we have at the moment. Okay. So with that being said, we appreciate you all for joining in with us tonight. We had a good show in there. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Let's see if I can get this right
Next
this
Thursday. Right, the outro, right.
time. Guess what, y'all? We got something new. I'm about to show y'all something real new and cute right now. Hold on for me for 1 second.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Strike, strike, strike again.